Hello everybody, this is me Sairandri, your friendly counselor, and welcome back to Heart It Out with Sai. After a long time I'm posting again a video, and today's video is going to be very a situation which we all face in our lives. And it's not something which is solely a clinical issue. It is a very day-to-day life issue, and it's not also something to do with only the professionals. It's to do with every one of us in the society, each of us. So the video goes like this. The topic today is how our internal fears, insecurities, our expectations, everything, our role confusions leads to unhappiness and leads to loneliness, leads to a lot of issues which we primarily are into, and we want to come out of it, but we cannot address it properly. We are so confused. We don't know how to do it. We don't know whom to seek advice. We don't know how to guide ourselves or ground ourselves. So we end up doing a lot of more mistakes. And not just mistakes, but taking decisions which are again not helping us. And as the loop continues, the cycle continues. So for this I wanted to make a video, and it is a very regular phenomena which happens to all of us, to me, to everybody out there, to the professionals, to the mental health professionals, to everybody, not just common people. It happens to everybody, and when I say everybody, it literally happens to everybody. So as simple as I'm going to today's video, it's going to be a little long. Stay tuned with it, but it is going to be beneficial for all of you, because I'm going to give certain situations, certain a lot of examples while I talk about it, and then you can relate with those, because when I start talking about different scenarios, different examples, you can actually relate and pick up one of those scenarios or multiple scenarios which works in your life as well, which you have also gone through or going through or might go through. So yeah, this is going to be the video for. And to start with the video, I'm going to talk about that how we adults, how we struggle and juggle through our lives every day, and being working professionals, being not working, being studying as an individual, or being just doing our day-to-day household work and nothing is there. Every one of us is juggling through a lot of things, and there is n number of triggers out there, because we live in a world of triggers. So when we see all these aspects, the social scenarios, the interpersonal relationships of us, the work which we are doing, the friendships we hold, the work-life challenges, the family challenges, the dynamics of the family, the dynamics of the relationships, everything, when we are as an individual, we have certain social roles, certain personal roles, uh, certain familial roles, occupational roles. All these roles, when we play, we tend to focus on those aspects, the social aspects, the familial aspects, the occupational aspects, and we focus on those the opportunities, the job roles, the interpersonal goals, everything which we are been given. We tend to do a lot and think a lot about and put our energies a lot onto those aspects, those fragments, and on a daily basis. And that what happens is, when we keep on doing those, later we suppress our own emotions, our own needs, our self identities, and it creates a lot of role confusion, a lot of identity crisis, a lot of things happens, and which we cannot be vocal, we cannot communicate, we don't know whom to talk about. And when we do talk about to our friends, family, or people around, they also don't understand, because those individuals are also struggling in those roles. So think about in that aspect, that you are also one of the members of the society who is having multiple struggles in your life, and then you're talking your baggages, your emotional issues, or your traumatic events, or whatever it is, or even day-to-day life frustrations, little bit of hustle and bustle here and there, ups and downs. When you talk to another person, your fellow colleague or anybody out there, they're also having similar things in their life. So the conversation won't be that great, and we feel more depressed, more lonely. And a lot of people nowadays losing their patience, and not being able to tolerate certain things, because this is a daily rush. We are like racing around things, be it our achievements, our job, our this, that. So many things are there to focus and to cater on. And that fosters growth. We know primarily that these are the aspects where if we don't do it, we will be again lonely. We don't want to sit in the home. We want to do something, constantly juggling, constantly rushing, because we don't like to be in silence now. We don't like to sit silently or ground ourselves or be there, because that's again a fearful thing now. We don't want it. So because of that, we are distracted. We want to work hard, we want to do something, constantly working and not giving us much rest, because even if we want to give us rest, we cannot, because of so many issues are there to solve. So what can we do in these situations? What are the solutions? What is the conclusion to it? The conclusion is that when we feel that these are our roles, suppose I am being a mother, I am being a daughter, I'm being a wife, I'm being a teacher out there, I'm being a student, I'm being doing something, or I have my own achievements, or I'm being a professional, mental health professional, something. These are the roles I have. There are demands. Each role has its own demands to play. So all these things, when me as an individual, one person, put together into this job roles, these different roles, and when I start playing these roles every day, a lot of stress, tension pops up inside. So what I have to do is I have to ground myself. I have to understand that what are my needs are, when to prioritize what. Suppose today I have a very important meeting, I have to prioritize that. So I cannot focus on my daughter, or I cannot focus on my mother, or I cannot focus on my husband or somebody. And that I have to be vocal about to each one of them, that yeah, today I have this thing, it's important in my career aspect, because I see growth there, I see something I can achieve, and I am an achievement oriented person. So I need to also know what my traits are, what my core beliefs are, what my demands, needs, where I feel happy about. So if I feel happy about doing that work, I will be vocal to my other people who needs my attention equally, and I want them to understand. And there's again a thing that if they are not understanding, that's again a very pathetic thing. If people are not understanding around you, then you cannot be with those people. It's better to not include people in your life who cannot understand yourself, because they are themselves not understanding themselves. That is also important. Once I wholly, fully get aware of myself, I am acknowledged about the things I want in my life, the negative side of mine, the positive side of mine, the weaknesses, the strengths. I am a whole and a complete person as an individual. So I can also understand the other person if I understand myself. That's how the world works. So if you are lucky to have people who are there as your support system, cherish them. Don't take them as granted, because they are there for you and they're trying like you are trying. So that's how it is. So be vocal to these people. The conflicts will be, lessen. Try to put effort, try to do something which is good, and appreciate them. If they are also doing something for you, appreciate those individuals. That okay, thank you so much. Like suppose I am rushing in the morning and my dad gives a glass of water to me, and I'm just in too much into work, and I don't even acknowledge that okay, he's bringing a glass of water. Day to day life we don't do that, but at least a look and smile can also work if you're too busy. And if you can thank, it's amazing. Always like make it a habit or a practice that you thank a person who is doing something for you. Unnoticed हो जाता है ना कभी कभी we tend to not notice. It just goes unnoticed because of day to day hustle bustle. But try noticing people. That is what I want to convey. And another thing is these roles, these challenges, the prioritizing also needs certain reflection on yourself. You need to understand what are your current needs are, and that's how you want to act upon your decisions to have a better decision making, or to not regret on your later decisions. So you should also understand, sit with yourself and list out things which you really want in your life right now currently. There would be certain things which you don't want currently, you want in the futuristic perspective. Filter this out for the futuristic perspective. And you also want certain things presently, right now. This is my need for now. So I'm going to focus on those. So these are the things I think can help us to reduction of conflicts and the role confusions which we constantly juggle upon. And related to all these aspects, there's another thing which is very important, primarily the loneliness which we all have. So because of the loneliness is so strong and we want to constantly be into the belongingness, into the companionship, into being with people, a lot of people are messing up in their lives. A lot of mental health professionals are not having good marital life because they end up in divorce. I have a lot of people, I know a lot of people personally. A lot of my seniors might be, my colleagues might be, or somebody I have been working with or I know them have, and they tell me, they call me and they tell me, they send me messages, they tell me, they keep on talking, communicating with me that Sai, this is happening. I am not great in my marital life and I am a marital counselor, or I'm a health psychologist, or I'm a this psychologist, I'm a that psychologist, but they're not able to have a proper relationship. Even though we as a psychologist or we as a mental health professionals, we are very opinionated person, we each individuals in the field of psychology or in the field of mental health, we are very opinionated and we know our opinions are right. It's not a biased thing I'm talking about or being judgmental. It's because of the knowledge we have primarily. All of us read a lot. All of us, or maybe I would say most of us who are very pretty ambitious and serious, and that they are actually authentically studying their subject in a very serious way or matter. We read in depth of things, and psychology is like everything. It's life. It's a study of life. So it teaches you about everything, not just human experiences or cognitions or behavior, sorry, or the whole biological aspects, the physiological, genetic aspects, or the environmental aspects, or the experiences, or the subjective experiences, emotions, blah, blah, blah. These are there, but we also know psychology is in everything. It's in money, it's in finances, it's in economy, it's in the whole social situations, even the war going on, even the situations which brings stress and tension to the nation. Everywhere we are there, we read all these things, we know how to handle, know how people react, know the core things. So right from very tiny nucleus to the universe, to understanding the whole aspect of the universe, to understanding spirituality, is what we are, because we learn, we read so much. We read religion, we read everything. We don't consider any one construct, social construct, or any one condition, or any one event or situation, or people, or as a group. We don't leave anything, we study so much. So because of this aspect, most of us are well opinionated, and we know that how our opinions are very strong. I would say, I would not say always right, I would use the word strong. We are very strongly opinionated, because we know, if I say that suppose for an example that there's no handbook for parenting. It happens, however, it happens through the experiences, and it is actually, there's no handbook for parenting. So this is my strong opinion, and I'm very much into it. And when we even do the debate out of it, people know that yeah, she's right. So there's no there's no questioning about it. So these are certain situations, but still there are people, most of us are struggling with the social roles. Why? And it's not just us, not the mental health practitioners, all of us. Even a normal housewife who is not working out there is not happy. Even a normal person, a very reputed working individual who's working in a very high level, doing a great job, earning lakhs and lakhs of money or crores and crores of money, but still not happy in their relationships, or don't know what to prioritize, or being very confused, or even as simple as a child studying and pleasing the parent and want to become perfect because the parent is always not happy, or even being a parent, being a mother or a father, uh, being absent and not able to give proper parenting gives a strong guilt that, oh, I'm busy with my work, I'm not able to focus on my daughter or my son or my children. All these things. So this is very important. And another thing, I just see this in every one of us, the need to become perfect. The need to become perfect in a way that we are not even considering our little bit of quirks, a little bit of insecurities, our vulnerabilities. We suppress it so much because we want to play our roles absolutely perfect. Suppose I'll give another example. I am a mental health practitioner, suppose, and I'm also a mother or a wife, right? I have my husband or my children. What happens is, when I am kind of busy with my work life, I'm also thinking about the job role, and that is a very hectic, fatigue job role. But when I come back home, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, or I'm a daughter. I tend to forget that I am playing those roles also. How? Because if I come home and act like a therapist, act like a psychologist, how am I even giving justice to the roles which I have? Because that is organic roles. Being a mother, I can't play a therapist role with my child every time. I have to scold on days if he or she is not listening to me. With my husband, I have to have sometimes conflicts. I can't be perfect. And people do expect us. Okay, you are a psychologist, so you need to understand. No, it's not so. When you're a wife, you're a wife. When you're a mother, you're a mother. When you're a daughter, you're a daughter. So sometimes if I have to scold my dad, and if I have certain irritability in the relationship, I have to do that. There's no question about it. But we tend to become so perfect because of the roles. Because there I am like this, so I have to be very perfect in here also. That is not going to help. That is going to bring more difficulties because you are suppressing your own emotions. But इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि you are also trauma dumping, or you're also doing, you're also being very much, vulnerable. You also need to know your balance and boundaries. You also need to regulate your own emotions and ground yourselves. That's what is very important. We all need to ground ourselves. We need to know the grounding techniques. We need to understand, reflect back on our behaviors, understand our needs. If needed, identify, write it down, do a catharsis, understand it, talk about it, being vocal about it, discuss with it. But if me, being a mental health professional, I don't follow my self-care, then I'll be again unhappy. So that's how it is. So for all of us, we need to understand, if we are looking for a relationship, we need to understand what are the things needed to sustain that relationship, and if we primarily want it to be sustainable. So what are the things we need, or we need to prioritize? It's not just the relationship, it can be a job role also. It can be anything, to the matter of fact. It can be even doing a degree out of it, even studying for something. We need to understand that if we are doing this, we're spending the time, how much worthy it is to do this, how much worthy it is to give all my energy and effort on it, and then also become happy about it. And all the roles which we play, societal and individual personal roles, everything that needs certain expectations and demands, we know that, but we also need to prioritize it. However things comes, as in whatever the things are, we have to understand those needs as per the timing, as per the situations, as per the events of our lives. And that's how we can build healthy relationships, build boundaries into our relationships. And that's the lesson, the conclusion of today's video is, we should not be perfect. And it's okay sometimes if you yell at your partner because something is irritating you. That's fine, that's still fine, but you need to know the degree of your yelling. You need to be mindful about your language. You need to be mindful about your actions, gestures. You cannot do something which hurts the other person. But yes, you can sometimes make them understand this is not something I like. And that's okay. That's something उसमें guilt लाने की ज़रूरत नहीं कि oh my god, why am I doing this? And also being a partner, being surrounded with societal needs and even people, I'm saying family members also, or even friend circles, or even in the colleagues. I'm picking up all these aspects. Colleagues के बीच में, jobs में, families में, parents, students, teachers, all these aspects, husband, wife, बच्चे with the mother, father, even the parents with the kids, everybody, husband, wife, everybody, all daughter, father, all the roles, जिसमें भी role confusion, boyfriend, girlfriends, all the roles, name it, all the roles. We all need to understand that like we have our own baggages, the other person also has their own baggages. एक दूसरे के baggages को dump नहीं करना है, अपने baggages पे work करना है. We need to understand our baggages, we need to understand our issues, get aware, get healed, and then work on things. And जो हमारे fears है, primarily we are all lonely, we want belongingness, we need to be in society, we need companionship, but we fear to get married, we fear to do something, we fear to fall in love because we will be hurt, because somebody has already hurt in the past, because there's so many things, because if I say my needs to the other person might think like this. So many assumptions we create, overthinking this, that, and then end up ourselves being alone. And that's again the primary loneliness which we suffer from. That is not helping. The cycle is repeating. So to break the cycle, to break this chain of pattern, we also need to be vocal, communicating, and understanding ourselves. The more we understand ourselves, we tend to understand others. And it's important to also accept others. There can be people who might get sometimes irritated. It's okay, let them be. You cannot expect your partner to be all perfect. Every day the partner won't be always present with you. Every day you won't be having good times. Every day your mother won't be there. Every day your father won't be there. Every day you cannot perform well in your office job. Every day you cannot be a good student. Every day you cannot achieve things the way you wanted. There would be days where you feel you're not doing great, and that's okay. We don't have to be perfect. The more we normalize these aspects, the more we as whole, as a society, don't expect each individuals or a group to be too perfect, or two people to be really having a lot of expectations, our own expectations we project on them. Not going to work. As a web of people in the society, network people in the society, we should be creating support system to each one of us, understanding our boundaries, limitations, respecting each other's limitations, and accepting each other in the society however they are, because there would be certain deficits in people, certain things which are going to lack, and that is okay. The moment we normalize these aspects, we are going to foster good mental health, psychological well-being. That's the only thing for today's video. I hope you could learn something, and I'm very happy to discuss this thing because we all face in a day-to-day life these issues, and it's very important that we learn out of it, we try to accept out of it, we try to dig deeper into our own psychological processes, our own core beliefs and thought processes, and get self-reflected and get aware out of it. And let's talk about it. Why can't we talk about it? We have to talk about it. Be vocal. Just talk about it and accept things. Let's educate each other. Let's empower each other and just bring a good change in the society. And once we do that, I think a lot of these unresolved issues can be sorted out, and with a very ease it can sort out. We don't have to break our bones into so many aspects, because it doesn't need so much of efforts. Sometimes we just complicate our lives, which is not needed. And sometimes we just, we have this nature of being so perfect in every role we play. Not necessarily. And it is also to an organizational level. We expect each our employees to be very perfect to do our work. You don't know how their life is going on out there. So try knowing a little bit, try understanding them, try empathizing them. Then you will see the productivity does increase when you give them the space. Right? I hope everybody would understand this, and thank you so much. Namaste, all of you. I hope you all are safe, and considering the national issue which we are going through right now, I hope everybody is safe. There's a border tension, but don't panic. Things will be fine. Have faith in our country, and I know that things will be soon resolved. So just don't panic and don't create a lot of panic towards each other. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, pray to God and or whatever faith belief systems you have, and just be grounded and be happy and safe. And thank you so much for being subscribing to my channel, and you can comment your views, you can like, share and comment your views, and yeah, and I hope you learned something out of it. Happy learning. Thank you. Bye bye.